The gaming industry began its start back in 1971. Of course, modern games cannot be compared with those that were 50 years ago. Now you can choose entertainment according to hundreds of criteria, taking into account your preferences, genre, age, gender, and dozens of others. As in other industries, there are also leaders here. Below is a ranking of the best-selling games in the history of their existence. This includes the best and most popular time-tested projects. If you still don't have the favorite game, you might find it on our list. This is the top 10 best-selling games in the world of all time. With over 31 million sales in its history, Red Dead Redemption 2 opens our list. This game is for fans of action with adventure elements. Red Dead Redemption 2 has managed to win the hearts of fans around the world. It was presented back in 2018, though only on game console. On computers, the game became available in 2019. The plot develops in the Wild West. It is very similar to a western. The main characters are John Marston and Arthur Morgan. This couple are members of a criminal gang. They tried to commit a robbery, but something went wrong. Now the crime group are being pursued by a gang of bounty hunters and the feds. The game has an open world. Users will have the opportunity to independently explore the map, find interesting places and new activities. The project is available in the single-player and multiplayer modes, and you can play in first and third person. Next on our list of the best-selling games goes to Wii Sports Resort. Sales amounted to more than 33 million copies. Most users describe this game as very simple. It is suitable to kill a couple of hours in the evening. Despite the rather meager description of the sports simulator, users really liked it. Wii Sports Resort is a small collection of 12 minigames. Each player gets an opportunity to go to a paradise island called Woohoo and choose their sport there to become a champion. The game is quite old. It was developed by the Japanese company Nintendo back in 2009 for its console. Then they added a special accessory, a device that can increase the accuracy of the joystick response. It makes you read the movement of the hand in 3 dimensions at once. The toy allows you to become the best athlete without leaving your home. Become a champion in your favorite sport, basketball, bowling, or maybe fencing. Choose yours. It is believed that Wii Sports Resort has become popular only due to the device which we mentioned before. Gamers were interested not only in the game, but also in a really cool joystick accessory that could be used in a lot of other games. With over 37 million sales, Mario Kart Wii is next in the top-selling games of all time. This is another development of the company Nintendo. Many gamers are already familiar with this game, since this is the 5th part. The presentation was held in 2007. Then, Mario Kart Wii received a lot of positive feedback. The game is rightfully considered one of the best arcade-style racing games. You can choose the best character and play, or you can choose to create your own. This is a great game to play with friends. Up to 12 racers can compete in Mario Kart Wii at the same time. There is a huge selection of vehicles and maps. Super Mario Bros. Is one of the best-selling games in history and the most successful project of the Japanese developer Nintendo. The game Super Mario Bros. Even got into the Guinness Book of Records as the best-selling game. It was released a long time ago in 1985, but even today it takes pride of place in the hearts of many gamers. It was after record sales that Mario became the symbol of the company and became one of the most recognizable characters in the world. Over the course of its history, Super Mario Bros. Has been sold over 40 million times. The game has 2 main characters, Plumber Mario and his brother Luigi. The main task of the player is to go through the entire Mushroom Kingdom and free Princess Peach. To complete this mission, you will need to engage in a skirmish with a main villain named Bowser. The game was the most loved by gamers in the 90s, and today there are many who want to play nostalgic game Mario. Pokémon Red and Blue is another successful project from the Japanese developer Nintendo, which has sold over 45 million copies worldwide. The game also became the record holder in sales and got into the Book of Records. Released back in 1996, it was the main reason for the Pokémon boom. This creature soon after the release of the game became recognizable throughout the world. Pokémon Red and Blue has 2 modes, single player and multiplayer. Each player can try on the role of a coach. His task is to travel around the world and catch Pokemon. He writes all the data about them in a special book, after which he collects his team of Pokemon and begins to compete with other trainers in order to get the victory. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds PUBG is a popular multiplayer online battle royale game created by famous Korean developer Bluehole Studio in 2017. Over 4 years of existence, more than 70 million copies have been sold. It's an action game that allows you to try your luck and survive among 100 other players. Opponents land on a huge map with fields, forests, towns, villages, single houses and bridges. The route of the plane on which they arrive is different each time, and you can choose the moment for the jump yourself. You don't have any equipment. Armor, weapons, first aid kits, body kits for guns, everything needs to be searched for on the map. Over time, an area appears on the map which is gradually shrinking, and all the players outside it die rather quickly. The goal is to survive. Only one will remain. It's that simple. Do your best to win. Who will survive and who will die? Find out for yourself. The popular game from the Japanese developer Nintendo is considered the best-selling among all the company's projects. It was released in 2006 on its own console. Buying a console, users received Wii Sports in addition. As a result, more than 82 million sales were recorded in an entire history of the game. The essence is the same as in the newer version of Wii Sports Resort, which we described before. Only there are not 12 minigames, but only 5. These are basketball, boxing, tennis, golf and bowling. A special controller with a motion sensor ensures complete comfort. You can become a super famous athlete right at home. Next in the ranking of the best-selling games of all time is GTA 5. This is a successful project of the developer Rockstar North. Created in 2013, then it was available only in game consoles, and since 2015 it has become available on computers. GTA 5 is the undisputed leader in sales revenue. No game project has managed to earn so much. In total, it has been sold more than 130 million times. The main characters of GTA 5 are 3 criminals. They definitely rob, run away from the law, and fight for influence with other criminal groups. There's a single player mode. Up to 30 players can play in multiplayer mode. Users have to go through 62 missions. The project is incredibly exciting. There's something that you lack in real life. Chases, fights, gunfights. In general, you can break away completely. GTA 5 is a fundamental continuation of the series and is a perfect example of the joint creative work of the designers, writers, and programmers. Obviously, the task of the author was to transfer the user to the other side of the screen, where the player gets used to the role of the character so much that they do not distinguish themselves from the character. It has already become obvious to everybody that the developers from Rockstar are the undisputed leaders and real geniuses in the field of the concept they created. Each new part of the series raises the bar to a new level. Is there still unconquered heights after GTA 5? How without the legendary Minecraft? The favorite game of all school children around the world has sold more than 200 million copies. This is an indie sandbox construction game created by a Swedish programmer, Marcus Persson. Users can change any elements of the virtual world at their discretion, move, combine, destroy, and create new elements to build the perfect game world. 3 modes are available: survival, creative, and hardcore. With the first mode, everything is clear. The second allows you to forget about enemies and survival and throw all your strength into creating new structures, creating your own unique world. The third mode is a more complex version of the first mode. Experienced players get the opportunity to show their strength and skills to take a leading position in the rankings. Create, explore, and survive alone or with friends in a randomly generated world and build a variety of structures from simple houses to grand castles and palaces. Play the game with unlimited resources or dig into the wilds of the world in survival mode, crafting weapons and armor to defend against dangerous mobs and other players. Minecraft is one of the most vicious and merciless killers of time. A chance to create the world and change it beyond recognition the way only you want, or several people. And the main thing, that there is complete freedom of creativity and self-expression. Ones who come here for something else invariably do not understand how it can be played for days and bring so much fun.
I'm about to blow.
Tetris is the world's best-selling game of all time, created back in the Soviet Union for the domestic computer Electronics 60. Since the days of Lenin's grandfather, communists have tried to control the minds of fellow citizens, and they finally succeeded with the creation of Tetris, which sold around the world better than the ideology of communism. More than 500 million copies were sold in total. Tetris was developed by Alexei Payitnov, a programmer from the USSR. Probably there's no such person in the world who has not combined random Tetris figures at least once in his life. For creating a whole series, you can get a couple of hundred and thousand points. The speed of the game is constantly increasing. It becomes more and more difficult to combine pieces. The game is not difficult, but very interesting and addictive. In addition to the exciting plot, the game is attributed simply life-giving properties. Doctors, psychologists, and researchers from all over the planet have been reporting the benefits of Tetris for years. In 2009, it was proven that this game increases the efficiency of the brain. Later, it turned out that with its help, it is possible to overcome the post-traumatic syndrome. And not so long ago, Tetris was called an excellent remedy for feelings of anxiety and depression. It also cures impotence and restores virginity, but we're not sure about it. In any case, you should try it.
Are you serious?
After losing a little, you want to try your luck again and again. Tetris has been in the first place among the most popular games for a long time, and it will probably in the top for more than a dozen years. It has been top 10 best-selling games of all time. Did you play any of those games? Did you like the list? Do you have depression, anxiety, and no will to live? Well, don't you worry, buddy. New videos are coming, so leave a like, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in the next one.